Hello and welcome everyone. I'm the Upper Down, and today we're going to be continuing our Slay the Spire play here. In the last episode, I was attempting to unlock the heart. I completed a run as the Silent, but there's still one more character I need to beat the heart with, the Defect. So we're going to go ahead and give this another run here. Greetings. Alright. As usual, I'm going to pick max HP here. Alright, so let's take a look here at the optimal route. There's two bonfires if we go this way through the middle. There's another bonfire here. Yes, so I think middle is going to be the way to go here. Alright, no incoming damage here, so I'm going to set up with a zap. And we'll throw out a couple of strikes. Alright, another couple of strikes here, still no incoming damage. White noise is nice. It's a shame it's not a power. Trigger the passive ability of your next orb. I'm going to pick up Charge Battery here. Having that extra mana next turn is going to really make all the difference, I think. Golden Idol. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining gold idol. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and obtain the Golden Idol and pick up the Injury Curse. Easy enough to get rid of, and not too big of a hindrance in the field of battle here. Face Trader. You walk by an eerie statue holding several masks. Something behind you softly whispers, "Stop." You swerve around to face the statue, which is now facing you. On closer inspection, it's not a statue, but a statuesque. Gaunt man. Is he even breathing? Face. Let me touch? Maybe trade? So you can gain gold, losing health. You can trade with a chance to get a good face or a bad face. We'll go ahead and take the chance here. We got Gremlin Visage. Start each combat with 1 week. For me? For me? Oh yes, yes, yes. You see one of his arms flicker and your face is in its hand. Your face has been swapped. Nice face, nice face. Alright. Not necessarily the best thing for us to receive this early on, but I suppose there could be worse. Go ahead and double defend here. Block most of this incoming damage. Alright, charge battery to help us out next turn. And we'll throw out a couple of strikes. It's always the way of it. You always draw all of your block when you don't necessarily need it. Capacitor here is not a bad option, getting 2 extra orb slots, so I think I'm going to go with that. Unfortunately, not enough money to really pick up any of the things I wanted to get. Go ahead and grab another charge battery. Actually, before I do that, let me remove injury. Okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade here. If we upgrade capacitor, we would get 3 orb slots. Or charge battery, we would get extra block out of it. Let's go ahead and upgrade capacitor here for that extra orb slot. We're going to be channeling a lot. I'd like to throw out the extra charge battery for the extra mana here. I have a feeling I'm going to draw something worth playing next turn. Not a bad turn. I decided not to cast Double Cast there because it would have terminated my last lightning orb. Potion of Capacity, which would give me 2 more orb slots. Don't know that I'll be using that, but nice to know I have it as a backup. Gain 1 mana for every 4 cards in your draw pile. Pretty nice if you decide to have a large deck. Channel 1 Darkness. That, in combination with the number of orb slots I'm going to have, wouldn't necessarily be good. If I were going for a minimal orb slot, then this would be prime, easier to rotate to the front. So instead I'm going to pick up Aggregate here. Aggregate upgrades to 1 mana for every 3 cards in the draw pile. That's actually not bad, especially considering it doesn't exhaust once used. Making zap cost 0 is a much better option, I think, at this moment. $26 gold and Orichalcum. You end your turn without block, gain 6. Don't mind if I do. Unfortunately, 10 is not going to be enough to prevent all this damage that's about to come my way. A little extra mana next turn. Enemy won't split into 2 until he gets below half health, so I have a little bit of a window to work with here. It'll at least get those cards out of my deck. And we've knocked him down to the point of splitting. So, 17. All of my attacks hit the same target. No need for the extra mana here. They're on the safe side. Alright, focus potion, 2 extra focus. Hologram, I think, is a good card here. Taking a card from the discard pile and putting it back in your hand. That goes well with my aesthetic so far. Can increase that to 5 and remove exhaust. Increase the block. Yeah, I think we're going to pick up holograms upgrade. Grab ooze. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and a grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. For the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light, perhaps something magical. It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. So we'll lose some health here. All you find is corroded metal and a bit of burning pain. However, you're still convinced there's a relic. 35% chance. Oh, you failed again. All you find is corroded metal and a bit of burning pain. Still convinced there's a relic. Wow. That's the longest it's taken me to successfully do that. Bag of marbles. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. We've lost a significant amount of our health here. Unfortunately, not much I can do here. Very unfortunate. This might be an early game over. Especially since all I can draw is block this turn. Alright. Whenever you play a power card, channel 1 lightning. We'll go ahead and pick that up. 8 health left. We'll have to be very careful here. We'll have 2 mana now next turn. It's okay, I think I've got it in her. Blessing of the Forge, upgrade all cards in the hand for the rest of combat. I'll go ahead and pick up Recursion here. Nice cheap orb card. We'll go ahead and rest. And on to the first boss. Down to 17. I'm gonna go ahead and play Storm first, and then Capacitor, which will trigger Storm to channel another orb. Get that slimed card out of my deck. He's almost at the point where he'll split. Got him pretty low. Now the enemy in the back will split into two, each with 10 health. Should be relatively easy to take care of from here. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and take him out. Fantastic. Now the front guy will split. Alright, managed to survive somehow. And a Blessing of the Forge. A Buffer, prevent the next time you lose health. We have a good choice there. I don't usually like to go for biased cognition. Gaining focus initially and then losing every turn afterwards. Not my thing. Thunderstrike could be nice, but the cost of it is a little high for my liking, so I'm instead going to go with Buffer here. Every 2 turns, gain 1 orb slot. I believe you are capped at either 6 or 7, so I don't necessarily want to pick that up given the cards I currently have. Losing the ability to obtain potions, not a fan. I'm gonna go with Tiny House. Ah, very nice. The new card we just got, automatically upgraded. Duplication Potion, very nice. And choose a card. Having another Storm in the deck would not be a bad thing. Additional Lightning Channel. Alright, where do we get the most fires? One pretty much straight across there in the middle. Here's another one here. I think we go down the far side here. I'm going to go ahead and use Hologram here to pull Defend back out. Get that extra block. So we're obviously going to play Charge Battery here to get the extra mana for next turn. I'm going to go ahead and play Duplication Potion on Buffer. That gives me 4 turns of damage mitigation. Or 4 attacks, I should say. Get the lightning rolling here. Unfortunately, I think the enemy in the back might be a lost cause here. So unfortunately, half of the gold that was taken from me will not be reobtained in this combat, but I will be able to take out the other one, I believe. Always good to pick up Melter here. There's an enemy that will start with a very high level of block. This card will automatically remove it and deal damage on top of that. Fleeting Vagrant. While sneaking past a group of shrouded figures, one of them approaches you. Got anything for me, friend? Please, maybe some coin? I just need somewhere to stay. I have treasures I can trade. He seems delusional, but harmless. Offer him gold for a relic. Rob him of his relic and become cursed with shame. I'm going to go ahead and go with the gold for the relic option. Ah, yes, yes. Here, here, a fair trade. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 health whenever you enter a rest site. That's very nice. At the moment, we will heal for 12 health when entering a rest site. Alright, into the shop we go with 218 gold. Normal enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. Cards which exhaust when played will instead discard 50% of the time. Based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like this bracelet might be the best option. You can also afford another melter or a hologram. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the hologram here. Vampires? Navigating an unlit street, you come across several hooded figures in the midst of some dark ritual. As you approach, they turn to you in eerie unison. The tallest among them bears fanged teeth and extends a long, pale hand towards you. Join us, Broken One, and feel the warmth of the Spire. So you can either accept, remove all strikes, and place them with bites while also losing max health, or simply refuse. I am going to refuse here. Never like to lose max health. You step back and raise your weapon in defiance. The tall figure sighs. Very well. The entire group of hooded figures morph into a thick black fog that flows away from you. You are alone once more. The enemy that I got the melter card for. There isn't necessarily a reason for me to attack him at the moment, but with nothing else to do, I will go ahead and do that. We're going to start off with Storm here, and then into Buffer. Gives us extra lightning, as well as 2 damage mitigations. Hopefully Melter is in my next hand. It is not. Unfortunately, I will end up taking 10 damage here. Go ahead and melt off his armor. Another potion of capacity. It's a shame you can't sell potions at the merchant. I'd love to get rid of that. Evoke your next orb X times, where X is the amount of mana spent. Beam Cell, it's upgraded, applies 2 vulnerable, costs nothing. That's the way to go. Let's see, what can we upgrade now? If I upgrade Storm, it will start out in my hand. Or I can upgrade Melter to do more damage. Hologram to not exhaust and give more block. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Storm here. Nice to have that activated as your first power card. The Woman in Blue. From the darkness, an arm pulls you into a small shop. As your eyes adjust, you see a pale woman in sharp clothes gesturing towards a wall of potions. Buy a potion now, she states. We have 51 gold, so we could buy 1, 2, or 3 potions here. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 of them. I got another potion, same as the one that I had initially, as well as a swift potion to draw 3 cards. Good, now leave. You exit the shop cautiously. The Mausoleum. Venturing through a series of tombs, you are faced with a large sarcophagus studded with gems in the center of a circular room. You cannot make out the writing on the wall, on the coffin. However, you do notice black fog seeping out from the sides. So, obtain a relic, but you have 50% chance to be cursed. We'll go ahead and take those odds. Dual cast and aggregate were both upgraded because of war paint. You push open the coffin. The fog dissipates harmlessly. Inside you find the mortal remains of decorated soldier grasping an old relic. You pilfer it and move on. Very nice. All reward, no penalty. Oddly smooth stone. Start each combat with 1 dexterity. Wheel of Change. You come upon a dapper-looking, cheery gremlin. It's time to spin the wheel. Are you ready? Of course you are. Alright, so let's spin the wheel and see what fortune has for us. Gold. Very nice. We've obtained roughly 200 gold. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade another card here. Let's go ahead and upgrade Storm once again. Now we have 2 innate Storm cards that will start in our hand each combat. Naloth. An odd creature with a hunched back, sprouting several tentacles, is scrounging through a pile of trash and debris in front of you. As you approach, he shuffles towards you in a non-threatening manner. Naloth hungry. Feed Naloth. You can offer the Gremlin Visage in exchange for a special relic. Triple the chance of finding rare cards from combat rewards. Gremlin's Visage is what starts us off each combat with 1 week. Yes, I think that would be a very good relic to lose. Or the Cracked Core, which is the starting relic that channels 1 lightning at the start of combat. Yes, I think we'll go ahead and trade Gremlin's Visage. Holding the relic out towards him, Naloth snatches it out of your hand with his tentacles, dislocates his jaw, and slurps down your offer in 1 quick gulp. He gives you a large, toothy grin as more tentacles appear from behind his cloak, these ones brandishing an impossibly neat-looking box. He pushes it towards you until you take it. Let's go ahead and upgrade yet another card here. Recursion costing 0 would be very nice. However, having an infinite number of rotating holograms would be even better. The Library. You come across an ornate building which appears abandoned. A plaque that has been torn free from a wall is on the floor. It reads, "The Library." Inside you find countless rows of scrolls, manuscripts, and books. You pick one and cozy yourself into a chair for some quiet time. Our 2 options are heal or add 1 of 20 cards to the deck. Given that we are already at full health, we will go ahead and pick the first option here. What would we like to add? Would be nice to have some frost in there. Although having more power cards would also be good. Looks like there are only 2 power cards in this 20 card stack here. We have Storm and we have Heat Sinks. Now, heat sinks would be nice, being able to draw an additional card every time I play a power. However, stacking more storm cards would also be nice. So let's go ahead and pick that up. The story takes place in a giant, isolated building, underground, as the outside conditions have become unbearable. The novel is mired with conspiracies, propaganda, and injustice. You ponder if similar dynamics are at play within the Spire. Unsettling. Alright, let's get another upgrade here. Might as well upgrade the new storm that we just got. We'll go ahead and use Potion of Capacity here. First combat, we already have 4 lightning channels. Go ahead and play Buffer here. Aggregate, and we'll draw some extra cards. Channel another lightning, because why not? A little bit of... Well, I'm going to channel block automatically, regardless of whether I play defend or not. So we will just hold off on that for now. Go ahead and play recursion. And let's throw out some strikes. Unfortunately, I will take 7 damage here, but better than the alternative. Ah, he stole my power card. Go ahead and play a charged battery. Very unfortunate. If it would have hit the one in the front, I wouldn't have lost that card. Big damage turn for the enemy here. Going to go ahead and use Hologram here to pull charge battery back. Could use dual cast here for the chance to hit the enemy in the back for 16 damage. Unfortunately, luck was not on my side. Put the charge battery again here. Alright, let's load up another zap. 51 damage. no cards in my discard yet. Six damage. Try to get as much block out as I can. Unfortunately, he has the artifact buff here to nullify debuffs. This ought to block most of the damage. Go ahead and play Capacitor, which will trigger all three of my storms. And Zap will fill it out nicely. .32 damage. Go ahead and remove his block. Won't be able to take much more than this. Down to 5 health. At least was able to apply vulnerable to him, so next turn he will take increased damage. Unfortunately, I don't think I will survive this. Nope, there isn't anything I can do to survive this. Just shy. Alright. Have to give it one more try here. Obtain a curse, but you gain 14 additional max health. Depends on what the curse is, I suppose. Ah, regret. Unfortunately, that does essentially limit the number of bonfires I'll be able to make it to. Because I'm going to want to try to get that regret card out of my deck as soon as possible. So I'll miss out on one additional fire I could have had otherwise. Go ahead and pick up a charged battery here. Let's go ahead and remove regret. Can't afford anything here, so we'll move on. Damage. Eight damage incoming, so we'll throw out charged battery to block most of it. Just shy of the kill there. Tough decision. Genetic algorithm, which gains 2 block permanently every time it's used, or self-repair to heal at the end of combat. I'm going to go ahead and go with genetic algorithm here. I plan on using this card a lot, so it should build up pretty nicely. First question mark we go to this time around happens to be a combat. Normally I would have played genetic algorithm there, but seeing the damage coming, figured to defend would have been the safer option. Liquid Memories. Use a card in your discard pile and return it to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Force Field costs 1 less mana for each power card played this combat, gain 12 block. That could be nice for my typical playthrough. Deal 10 damage to all enemies, channel 1 dark. Let's go ahead and pick up Force Field here. Don't quite have the cards to make it work yet, but we will get them very soon. The Serpent. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Ho ho! Hello, hello! What have we got here? Hello, adventurer. I ask a simple question. The most fulfilling of lives is that in which you can buy anything. Do you agree? Gain 175 gold but become cursed with doubt. Or disagree. We'll go ahead and disagree here. The serpent stares at you with a look of extreme disappointment. Let's go ahead and upgrade. If we try to upgrade Force Field, we will gain 16 block instead of 12. Upgrade Genetic Algorithm to increase by 3 block instead of 2 every time it's used. I think that's a good idea for now. $13 damage. Now go ahead and try to take out the one in the back as quick as possible. Once he charges up, things become a little dangerous. Just to be on the safe side. Another 14 damage. Lightning is definitely doing its job. At the start of your turn, add a random power card into your hand. Why not? Alright. 10 damage. Gonna go ahead and throw out a zap. And 2 more blocks. Got all my gold back. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a recursion here. Bottled Tornado. Upon pickup, choose a power card. Start each combat with this card in your hand. Well, since I only have the one, I will start each combat with it. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. Make it cost 2 now instead of 3. Go ahead and weaken the one in front. Capacitor for 2 more orb slots. For now, I think we'll prioritize attacking the enemy. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next orb. Force field would block 12. That would take 3. Or I could block 10 and deal 6 damage. I think we'll go with that. I'll attack the enemy in the back here, on the off chance that they both hit the enemy in the back. Fantastic. It evens out to no damage. Go ahead and play Storm here. Defragment. It's a very nice card to have. It will give you 1 focus. And now we should have enough damage to do that. Gonna pick up another melter here. Lots of little damage, but it adds up. Unfortunately, not enough damage to take any one enemy out. Going to go ahead and play Defend here. Try and save a little bit of health at least. What a bad time to draw Eco Form. Force Field would be the safe option here. Took 6 damage there. Go ahead and take out the enemy in the back. Put on a little extra block. That should block pretty much everything. 1 damage will get through. Another creative AI. Gives me a good opportunity to use genetic algorithm. Start getting that leveled up. Whenever you play a power card, draw one more card. Force field here is the best play. Go ahead and play Hello World. And damage incoming. Try to block at least some of it. Just drew a new power card here. Static Discharge. Unblocked attack damage leads to 1 lightning. Would have been nice to have that 5 turns or so ago. Rebound. Deal 9 damage, put the next card you play this turn on top of your draw pile. Sure, let's go ahead and take that. Good Instincts, a 6-block 0-cost card. Oh, I can pick up Storm. Sure, why not? Chill, channel 1 Frost for each enemy in combat. Couldn't hurt to have it. Alright, let's go ahead and activate the shell on the one in front. Go ahead and channel some Frost. Alright, 6 damage. And just enough. Buffer here helped us out a lot in the last combat. Go ahead and pick that up. And unfortunately I do have to rest here. I won't have enough health to contend with the first boss otherwise. Go ahead and start off with Creative AI. Should have have played Storm first there, but that's okay. Defragment. Always love getting that early. Go ahead and get one frost channeled there. Increase my orb capacity just in case. And another mana next turn couldn't hurt. $35 damage. Electrodynamics will channel 2 lightning. And then my lightning storm goes off to channel yet another. Force field now costs nothing to block 12. If we dual cast the next orb, we get 10 block. Or I'm sorry, 12. It'll help significantly. Go ahead and gain 2 additional focus here. Another storm, because why not? And buffer will help us out. Hello world. Add a random common card to your hand at the start of each turn. Easy enough. Reboot. Shuffle all your cards into your draw pile and draw 4 cards. Could get another buffer here. Or Thunderstrike. Deal 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning channeled this combat. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Buffer, because it's a power, and it suits our build. Gain mana at the start of your turn. All enemies start with 1 strength. Or you can not play more than 6 cards per turn. I don't mind the Velvet Choker here, because I don't often play more than 6 cards in a combat. Alright, which way has the most fires? Alright, we're gonna go straight up the middle here. Start off with Creative AI. Get 7 block out of that. Buffer to trigger Storm. And an additional mana next turn. Heat Sinks will help out. Go ahead and play Zap. And Recursion. Yet another Heat Sinks. And another buffer. I'm gonna go ahead and use Rebound here. And we'll play Chill. Unfortunately, that card, because it exhausted, did not go back into my hand like I was hoping it would. But that's okay, because we have enough damage to end this. Huh, I drew 2 buffers. Colorless potion, choose one of 3 random colorless cards to add to your hand. Suppose I'll go with Streamline here. Reduces its cost by 1 every time it's played per combat. The Mausoleum again. We're gonna go ahead and obtain the relic. Yes, we were cursed with Writhe, but that's okay. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Thinking Ahead here. Go ahead and play Creative AI to start off. Drawing 2 cards here. I'll go ahead and put a strike onto my deck. Channel a couple of Frost and defend. Almost enough to block 1. We'll go ahead and loop here into buffer. Go ahead and play Storm first, so we can trigger Electrodynamics. Well, at least I was able to take out one of them. Choose one of 3 random power cards to add to your hand. Very nice. Amplify. This turn, your next power card is played twice. That actually works pretty well with the deck we have constructed so far. Let's try our luck with these question marks. Upgrade Shrine. We can upgrade a card. Go ahead and upgrade Storm to start in our hand. Shrine's energy flows into you, making you stronger. We'll go ahead and start off with Storm here. Creative AI will trigger another lightning. Then Chill. And while we're at it, might as well get another power card going here. 3 more buffers. We'll go ahead and amplify our loop. It's a shame that lightning damage doesn't reduce the plated armor. Getting very lucky to draw all of these buffers. I'm gonna go ahead and rebound, and then play Melter here. That way Melter goes into my draw pile for next turn, so I can immediately remove the plated armor. I'm gonna go ahead and play Eco Form here. Don't necessarily need to, but I do rather enjoy that card. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Sweeping Beam here, deal 9 damage to all enemies, and draw a card. Let's go ahead and upgrade here. Upgrading Buffer would be nice, but upgrading Amplify will have it apply to the next 2 power cards instead of 1 power card. So let's go ahead and upgrade that for now. Go ahead and play Storm here into Creative AI. Unfortunately, I won't have enough mana to rebound a strike, so instead we'll just simply attack. Go ahead and play Chill here. That'll mitigate all incoming damage. I don't particularly like using Biased Cognition, but in this circumstance it might be a good idea. $27 damage here. Currently have 9 block. Well, don't have to worry about taking damage this turn. I'm gonna go ahead and play Creative AI here. Let's go ahead and apply another buffer. Alright. Amplify into 2 static discharges. Unfortunately, I will take some damage here, but this should end the fight. 12 block, and an upgraded charge battery. Gonna go ahead and rest here. First time you lose health each combat, draw 3 cards. The Nest. A long line of hooded figures can be seen entering an unassuming cathedral. Naturally, you join the line and are quickly surrounded by cultists. They ignore you, as they gleefully chant and wave their weapons around. You eye a donation box, smash and grab for 99 gold, or lose 6 health for a ritual dagger. As much as I'd like to, I don't think I'm in a good position for that, so we'll simply take the gold. They didn't even notice. Let's go ahead and... we'll go ahead and hit the fire here. Upgrading Rebound would simply upgrade the damage done. Same with Streamline. Upgrading Chill will have it start in your hand. I feel like our deck heavily relies on Buffer, so let's go ahead and upgrade Buffer here. The Library. We can either heal or add a card to our deck. Let's go ahead and heal here. Saves me from doing so at the bonfire up ahead. Storm into Creative AI. Go ahead and add 12 block here. Another Storm into Buffer. Go ahead and play Chill here. Hopefully the lightning strikes the enemy in the back. No damage here. Go ahead and play Capacitor. Alright, 1 enemy down, 1 to go. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. Why not? One additional mana at the start of my next turn. Go ahead and remove his armor. And the fight will be over next turn. Speed Potion. Gain 5 dexterity, but lose 5 dexterity at the end of your turn. 10 damage. Draw 1 card for each unique orb. 10 damage and 1 lightning. Or another streamline. Let's go ahead and pick up Ball Lightning here. It's already upgraded, and it plays into our lightning channeling playthrough here. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. That actually pairs well with Shuriken for the 1 strength. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. I do have some attacks here that would be nice to upgrade. Let's go ahead and remove Writhe from my deck here. Put an attack from your draw pile into your hand. Bandage up to heal. Having Heatsink in my deck already would actually be very beneficial. Why not? Very nice. It upgraded 2 of the cards I was hoping it would. Good upgrade buffer again here. Upgrading Heatsinks has it draw me 2 cards instead of 1. 16 block instead of 12. Let's go ahead and upgrade the other buffer here. That's second damage mitigation. Storm into Creative AI into Zap. Eco form, of course. Let's go ahead and play Chilled here to generate some frost. So it looks like we have a little over 20 damage. Now seems like a good time to play Static Discharge. Have it go off twice. Go ahead and rebound our charge battery back into our deck. Next card we play plays twice. Go ahead and do a Sweeping Beam. Actually, Streamline might be the better option. Let's take out the enemy in the front. Now we can amplify our machine learning. Force Field. And we have reached our maximum number of cards that we can play this turn. Ooh, very nice. We're going to amplify here. And then amplify buffer. As well as defragment. And we've reached our limit on cards this turn. Another buffer, because why not? I don't have to worry about taking damage pretty much at all for the rest of this combat. I'm going to go ahead and play Genetic Algorithm here just to increase its block. And why not? Very nice, another amplify. Already down below half health. .60 health remaining on the boss here. Let's go ahead and streamline. Alright, easy enough. Fission. Remove all your orbs. Gain 1 mana and draw 1 card for each removed. That doesn't suit our playthrough very much. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Thunderstrike here. Nuclear Battery. At the start of each combat, channel 1 Plasma. Plasma, when evoked, gives you mana. Every 2 turns, gain 1 orb slot. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Tiny House. Heat Sink has been upgraded. Smoke Bomb. Escape from a non-boss combat. Upgraded Leap for extra block. Alright. Couple of shops here in the beginning. Couple fires here midway. Potential for 2 fires. You pretty much have no choice if you go down the middle. Well, actually I do see a pathway here that would lead to more fires and less fights. Alright, I'm going to play Storm here, and Buffer. Charge battery for next turn. Ball lightning to get an extra lightning started. Alright, that will fully block all incoming damage. And sets us up pretty nice for next turn. I've channeled 5 lightning this turn, so this card would do 35 damage. I'm going to start off with Sweeping Beam to draw another card. 12 block. Alright. Hello World, upgraded to start in the hand. Auto Shields, if you have no block, gain 15, or Storm to channel more lightning. Hello World being already upgraded, I feel like is the best choice here. Go ahead and escape from this combat because I hate dealing with those 3. Let's take our chances with the question marks. Secret Portal. Before you is a sight that seems out of place in the alien landscape around you. Strangely placed into one of the living walls of the Beyond is an enclosed stone entrance filled with a swirling magical portal. You aren't sure where it leads, but maybe it could speed your journey through the Spire. Immediately travel to the boss. Fantastic. Jumping through the portal, your sense of time and space is completely torn apart. As you reorient yourself to the new surroundings, you realize that right before you is a fearsome battle. Alright. All the cards in my hand currently are already upgraded, so no need to use Blessing of the Forge here. We'll go ahead and start off with Storm. Into Hello World, followed by Buffer. Alright, so 21 damage. Let's go ahead and use Sweeping Beam here, see what I can pick up. Simple defend, okay. And play 2 defends and block at least the first hit. Already up to 8 cards, so I have to be careful here. I can only play 4 more before he automatically ends my turn. Heat Sinks is a power card, so that would help with my current setup. 12 block here. Let's go ahead and set up Streamline. Puts me at 10. Go ahead and Claw to get to 11, and Force Field for 12. Unfortunately, no power cards this time around. And pretty much all block. I'll go ahead and play Amplify here, even though I don't have anything to use it on, so it goes back into my draw pile here. Hopefully I draw Buffer and Amplify at the same time. .26 damage. Alright, let's go ahead and amplify into Buffer. Wouldn't necessarily help me to play Steam Barrier here. That would put me at 11. I'd still end up taking the hit anyway, so we'll just maintain for now. I went ahead and popped my upgrade potion to upgrade Thunder Strike, so the next time I have that card in my hand, it will do a significant amount of damage. Four more cards I can play this round. Alright. Another full block. High damage coming my way here. Not a full block, but not bad. .30 damage incoming. I think with Stack and Genetic Algorithm combined, I can fully block this damage, so let's go ahead and do that. However, I can only play 2 cards next turn. Hopefully I have a couple of good cards to work with here. Thunderstrike and Charge Battery. Pretty big chunk of damage I just dealt there. Unfortunately, I did pay for it though. Let's go ahead and rebound, go for the eyes. No use in playing any of this turn, so we'll hold off for now. Go for the eyes. Give him 2 weak. Unfortunately, I do need to use the potion here, as he's about to deal more damage than I'm comfortable with. Go for the eyes to apply more weak, so I can get creative AI. Unfortunately, that led to me drawing Amplify, which would have helped with creative AI had I played it first. 3 cards left to be played here. Charge battery for next turn. And defend as well. Actually, dual cast would be better in this situation. Additional block. However, I don't believe I will get another turn. I'll go ahead and gain 1 focus here. Streamline because it costs 0. 12 block there. Go ahead and pull another streamline. I see, I've already reached my cap of 6. Should have played cool-headed there instead. Down to 7 health. Not enough, but that was the best I could muster. Alright, and unfortunately that brings us to the end of today's playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a lot. Or if you're watching from Twitch, please feel free to toss me a follow and keep an eye out for more. Alright, until next time.